Get no you his house. Whore. Sell your children off so you can have furs and shit. You knew your husband was pimping your daughter, and you let him do it. And then you suppress Solange, and she's the one with the real talent. You about no Tina for Knowles. Stay the fuck up off my page, Tina.
Free Beyonce. She a prisoner.
Now, you had said that you felt that Beyonce was a
Free
prisoner.
Beyonce.
Because I always heard their relationship was put together. Like it was a business. Or I did hear that.
Him and Matthew Knowles had a deal and then he screwed him.
When talking of personalities that aren't scared of exposing their truth, Jaguar Wright takes the A-list. Now she's back in the spotlight to stir the pot about the genesis of the marital drama that does go on between Jay-Z and Beyonce. You wouldn't believe she's throwing shade at Beyonce's mum, Tina Knowles, this time. This video will discuss what Jaguar has on Tina, so let's just get going. You probably know this isn't Jaguar's first time stirring the pot when it comes to the Knowles and Carter families. She's made some bold claims before, like suggesting Beyonce is essentially a captive and Jay-Z is controlling her with substances. Now, with Diddy, a longtime friend of Jay-Z, facing legal troubles, rumors about Jay's own shady dealings are swirling. Before we get in, let's quickly address this. Fans speculate that Tina is standing by Diddy amidst his ongoing legal issues. After Homeland Security raided 2 of Diddy's residences last month, Diddy returned to Instagram over Easter, sharing a photo of his youngest daughter. Fans quickly noticed that Tina was one of those who liked the post, and she quickly disliked it. It seems like Diddy might not have started naming names yet, but Jaguar Wright certainly has. This time, she's pointing fingers at Tina Knowles and Beyoncé's dad, Matthew, and accusing them of selling their daughter to the industry.
Sell your children off so you can have furs and shit. You knew your husband was pimping your daughter, and you let him do it. And then you suppress Solange, and she's the one with the real talent.
Beyoncé, who's known for meticulously controlling her image, has a complex history, which we'll be digging into today. Several of Beyoncé's fans have had this theory kicking around for a while now, thinking that Beyoncé was manipulated by Jay-Z. Why? Well, there's this pretty significant 12-year age gap between them for starters. Plus, Beyoncé was still in her teenage years when she first crossed paths with an already established Jay-Z in 2008. Beyoncé told 17 magazine that she met Jay when she was 18 years old, and they started dating after about a year. There was no rush. No one expected me to run off and get married, Beyoncé said. However, in a 2007 interview with Charlie Rose, Jay-Z said he met Beyoncé 10 years ago.
He has a deal there, and they know I know her. So, but
How long have you known her?
Wow, a long time.
How long? 10 years?
However long she's been recording. That's when I met her.
Well, don't you remember how long it was?
Yeah, when I met her. I mean,
Was it 5 years ago? Was it?
I met her 10 years ago.
So if you do the maths, they met in 1997, when Beyoncé was either 15 or 16. So, who should we believe between these two? Let's unpack this a bit further, because there's definitely more to consider. So, whether Beyoncé was actually 19 when they got together, or maybe even younger, the bottom line is, she was 12 years younger than Jay-Z, and that's a pretty big gap. It sets up some serious power dynamics right from the get-go. Even if Beyoncé was legally an adult, Jay-Z was already in his 30s when they started dating, and that can make it all too easy for someone like Jay-Z to have a little too much influence over Beyoncé. In fact, Jay-Z himself dropped some hints about how things went down in those early days of their relationship.
That's a fantastic talent.
Was that what you said?
Yeah. Because
You saw talent before you saw anything
Yeah, because
else.
she was singing like a rapper. It was her first song with Wyclef, and she was singing really fast, and I was like, she just...
Remember his track, 444, where he seemingly raps about how he refused to claim Beyoncé as his girlfriend? I said, "Don't embarrass me," instead of "be mine." Now this is pretty ironic considering that Jay ended up embarrassing Beyoncé by cheating on her. Even millions of fans out there are convinced that Beyoncé is being manipulated because someone who's free would have opted out of those cheating scandals just like her mum did. However, she couldn't because she was manipulated when she was too young to know better and encouraged by her parents to make it in the industry by any means. And while Jay-Z was out there living it up with a bunch of different women, Beyoncé was basically tied down to him. She never really got the chance to spread her wings and figure out how to stand on her own 2 feet without him by her side.
It feels great, but I can say to make sure you have your own life before you're someone else's wife. And, and I mean that.
Rumours even had it that she would end her marriage when she released Ring Off, which was about the end of her parents' marriage. But she couldn't do anything. Remember when Jay-Z went on that whole redemption tour after Lemonade dropped? He flipped the script, painting this picture-perfect narrative about how he and Beyoncé were staying together for the sake of their family, trying to break free from all that generational trauma.
You took an unprecedented stand to fight for this marriage. I mean, to fight for it and to put it all out there. What is it about this marriage that's so special that you would fight this hard to save it?
Well, it's my soulmate. It's the person I love, you know. And you can be in love with someone. You can love someone and and if you haven't experienced love and you don't understand it and you don't have the tools to move forward, then you're gonna have complications, period.
He continued by emphasizing that it's for the family and kids.
And if you can either address it or you can pretend until it blows up at some point. And you know, for us, we chose to fight for our love, for our family, to give our kids a different outcome. You see, you know, to break that cycle. For black men and women, you know, to see a different outcome. Like you were saying, it's not this celebrity couple. We were never a celebrity couple. We were a couple who just happened to be celebrities.
And then, when they asked him what he would have done if the tables were turned, Jay-Z said he hoped he would have been as strong as Beyoncé.
You know, if the transgressions had been on her side, do you think you would be able to be as forgiving of her as she was of you?
I hope. Again, because I love her the same way. No matter what side, I love her the same way. I pray that I will, because her strength and her, you know, man, is the strongest woman I know. Like her and my mother, they battling for number one.
But come on now, do we honestly think Jay-Z would stay with Beyoncé if she publicly admitted to cheating on him with another man? Let's continue, because gaslighting might not be the only trick up Jay-Z's sleeve when it comes to keeping Beyoncé under his thumb. According to none other than Jaguar Wright, Jay's kept Beyoncé hooked on some substances for years, all in the name of keeping her compliant.
Yeah, Jay-Z's been drugging her. Y'all heard Uncle Ron?
Free Beyonce. She a prisoner.
Now, you had said that you felt that Beyonce was a
Free
prisoner.
Beyonce.
Because I always heard their relationship was put together. Like it was a business. Or I did hear that.
Him and Matthew Knowles had a deal and then he screwed him.
Jaguar also went on to urge Beyoncé's fans to take a page out of Britney Spears' fandom playbook and rally behind the Free Beyoncé movement, because Jay-Z's got Beyoncé locked down like she's a prisoner.
Wait a long time.
If that isn't enough, another insider, a man who goes by the name Uncle Ron and claims to have been Beyoncé's personal bodyguard, went viral on TikTok for spilling some major tea, calling out Jay-Z for being dangerous and power-obsessed, and saying that their relationship isn't based on love.
So remember, your relationship was a business relationship, financial, to get to the top, to become billionaires. There's no love there. See, what's done in the dark will definitely come in the light. Keep your threats up.
Uncle Ron also backed Jaguar's claims and alleged that Jay-Z has been pulling some seriously shady moves to keep Beyoncé under his thumb, like turning her into a full-blown addict.
She been on them for a long time, and you keep her that way. Y'all wish it what you wish it to stay on top. But there's one thing about me, bro.
Now, when Jaguar Wright and Uncle Ron first dropped these bombshell allegations, some fans were quick to brush them off, saying they were just trying to stir up drama for attention. Others, however, couldn't shake the feeling that maybe there was some truth to what they were saying. And then, adding fuel to the fire, a video popped up showing Beyoncé and Jay-Z leaving a pre-Grammys bash, and fans were quick to notice something off about Beyoncé. She looked totally out of it, like she was in a daze, while Jay-Z seemed paranoid about the paparazzi snapping photos of her in that state.
Hey, B. What up, Jay? Jay, congrats, Jay. Don't get in front of him. You got it.
The infamous 2014 video is also there when Beyoncé and Jay-Z hit up a Brooklyn Nets basketball game, and things got a little weird. Social media was buzzing with clips of Beyoncé acting not quite herself and looking totally zoned out.
For security solutions hero of the game, Glenn Martin of New York City. As a longtime real estate executive for Christian & Wakefield, Glenn had the foresight years ago to know what Brooklyn could become, and he played an important role in the renaissance of our thriving world. In addition, Glenn was a key player in helping to found the team's future ASS training center location in Sunset Park, Brooklyn. Glenn also gives back to the community as the founder of Brooklyn 1834, which provides a forum for the world's.
According to the Daily Mail, Beyoncé was swaying back and forth even when there was no music playing, while Jay-Z seemed kind of lost, squinting up at the HD screen. Also, another clip from the Grammys recently started circulating on social media, showing Beyoncé turning down Jay-Z's offer of a drink, which again sparked speculation that Jay-Z is pushing substances on his wife. Fans are now connecting the dots, which surely adds up, especially considering Beyoncé's been acting a little off ever since Jay-Z's cheating scandals were blasted all over the headlines. However, the alleged substance issue is only one piece of the puzzle. Believe it or not, years ago, all the way back in 2007, rumors started flying around that Jay-Z was physically abusive to Beyoncé. Most of these reports have been scrubbed from the internet, and these days, no one would dare even suggest something like this about the Carters. However, if you do some digging, you can still find the original articles. There was one article originally posted on Media Takeout and later removed, which was copied on the popular Lipstick Alley forum. The article was titled, "Assistant, I fear Jay-Z might be beating Beyoncé." According to Media Takeout, they received an explosive email from a woman claiming to be Beyoncé's assistant who alleged that Jay-Z may be putting his hands on his wife. In the email, the woman said that for a while, he's had a problem with keeping his hands to himself, and while she clarified that she's never seen him just flat out strike Bey, she reportedly saw him shove and push her too many times. At first, she thought that it was just a little plaything between the two. But once I saw how embarrassed Bey was to be manhandled in front of me in Saint-Tropez, I realized that it was no joke. The alleged assistant also added that Jay-Z treats Beyoncé like she's an object and not a person. Media Takeout also obtained a video that shows Jay-Z violently pushing a woman's face. So, in the video they were referring to, it is not clear who this woman is or what prompted Jay-Z to react this way. However, it's clear from the same video that she wasn't doing anything to warrant such a reaction. Even the place was crowded. Some fans thought this could be the reason why the infamous elevator incident happened with Beyoncé's sister Solange during the 2014 Met Gala. They speculated that Solange might have heard of the incident or even witnessed it. There's another side to this story, and it's about Tina Knowles allegedly pushing Beyoncé into Jay-Z's arms and selling her to the industry. It's no secret that both Tina and Beyoncé's dad, Matthew, were textbook stage parents, obsessed with turning Beyoncé into a superstar. Back in 1988, Matthew was inspired to guide his 8-year-old daughter after she won an award and performed at a Sammy Davis Jr. themed event. From a young age, he encouraged her participation in singing competitions, eventually forming the group Girls' Time, which later became Destiny's Child with Kelly Rowland, and taking a shot at Star Search, which was like the Super Bowl of talent shows back in the day. Matthew left his job as a Xerox sales manager to manage the group, becoming deeply involved in their career and even producing their music. However, according to reports, Matthew wasn't always easy to work with. Latavia Robertson, an original member of Destiny's Child, recalled his tough criticism, which could be challenging for the young girls. Despite this, they persevered. Destiny's Child took a hiatus in 2002, with Kelly Rowland revealing that it was Matthew's idea for each member to pursue solo projects. Beyoncé launched her solo career with her debut album in 2003, still under her father's management, and she grew from there. However, things soured when Matthew was accused by Live Nation of stealing from his daughter, leading to a legal dispute with Live Nation. Adding to the problem is Matthew having a child with actress Jaguar Wright while still married to Tina. Amidst all these, rumors are making the rounds that Bey's altercation with her dad is part of the Jay-Z plan and that Tina supports the idea as well because of her marriage troubles with Matthew and also because she knew Jay could propel Beyoncé to superstardom. Tina filed for divorce in 2009, citing irreconcilable differences. Beyoncé's relationship with her father is reflected in her music, notably in the song Daddy Lessons from the album Lemonade, where she reflects on her upbringing and lessons learned from her father. 2 years after her parents' divorce, Beyoncé is pushed into officially announcing that she has parted ways with her father as her manager, coinciding with her parents' divorce being finalized. When the news hit, both Beyoncé and Matthew were quick to jump in with statements and make it clear that the decision to part ways was mutual and had nothing to do with their personal relationship. However, the rumor mill kicked into high gear, and word on the street was that Jay-Z and Tina might have had a hand in driving a wedge between Beyoncé and her dad. Rumor has it, they might have convinced Beyoncé to not just cut ties with Matthew on the business side, but to also keep her distance from him personally. According to sources close to Matthew, he was never exactly Jay-Z's biggest fan, and that's because Matthew and Jay-Z both clashed on who would control Beyoncé and her career. When Beyoncé decided to leave Destiny's Child and go solo, Jay had some ideas about giving her image a bit of an edge. However, Matthew had a different vision, and it seems like there was some serious clashing going on between these two controlling men. And when Matthew was later asked if he had changed his mind about Jay-Z, he reportedly said, "I don't care for him at all. No, I'm not close to him. He is not somebody I like to spend time with." As for Tina, she was allegedly obsessed with Jay-Z, and the moment he took interest in Beyoncé, Tina reportedly started pushing Beyoncé to accept his advances. Not only did Tina turn a blind eye to the problematic age difference, but also to the fact that when Jay and Beyoncé started dating, Jay was on probation for stabbing someone. He allegedly stabbed a man named Lance Rivera, pleaded guilty to third-degree assault, and was then sentenced to probation for 3 years. Also, when Jay-Z was allegedly abusing her, Tina questioned her one day, and Beyoncé just broke down to her and admitted the abuse. Instead of fighting Jay-Z, she told her daughter that part of being a lady is understanding her man and being there for him to make him a better man. However, Matthew refused to share the same sentiment. He reportedly told Jay-Z that he would kill him if he ever laid a finger on Beyoncé again. Jay cowered like a baby and vowed never to do such again, since Matthew meant business. Although verbal and emotional abuse do continue, Jay dare not repeat the physical abuse. That culminated to why they hate each other as well. So what Jaguar Wright was saying was actually the truth when she said Tina and Matthew practically pimped out Beyoncé because they knew her look would sell while ignoring their other daughter, Solange, the one with the actual songwriting talent. As things stand now, there's a probable connection to Diddy, as evident from the Instagram post. Is there more depth to it? Only time will tell. Yet the question remains, can Beyoncé ever liberate herself from these invisible shackles? Let's have your answers in the comment section.